creatures. Some are. But I don't know, I think my own, when they put the wig on my head and glued it to my head, I didn't want to wear it, and I sulked for a couple of days. I think that was I should be rightly embarrassed about that. I was a little bit insufferable for a couple of days. But I eventually got over it. But no embarrassing, thankfully, no embarrassing episodes after that. Except for nearly getting killed in the court, of course. But no, I was determined, that, and the producer, Phil Siegel, I was trying to convince him that the doctor should have, the short hair that I had at the time. I just played this soldier part. I said, why don't we get like a leather coat or something? You look great. He said, what, are you crazy? And I said, no, he's got to be soft, with like long hair, and like, because then 10 years later, there's Eccleston. And then I got embarrassed all over again at my bitterness. But yeah, he stole my life. There we are. Thank you. I like that bandolier.
I have 2 questions for you. First question, if you were to be put in any Hogwarts house, what do you think you would be put in? And second question, can I have a hug?
Yes, you can. I don't know the names of the Hogwarts house. Last year I was in Texas and we were doing a panel, and there were like 2,000 out there. It was big. And someone asked me a question about Doctor Who, and I said, I don't know. And she said, then why are you here? And the rest of the audience did what you just did. They just like, she meant it. What are the names of the Hogwarts? But you know them. Okay, cool. Gryffindor.
Hufflepuff, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw. One's like for really brave people,
okay,
and then one's for really smart people.
Where would you put me? Knowing me as you do so well. But no pressure. No, you're not being absolutely.
I would say Ravenclaw because they're very wise.
And you have a career in diplomacy without Thank you. Wait, where's the hug? You'll have to come up here then. I'm too famous, I can't come down. It's like David, I've never seen David Bowie at Glastonbury, someone shouted, take your jacket off. He said, I can't, I'm too famous. There we are.
I just want to conclude that by saying, my dog was like, Dad, think of a question quick. I want to get up there and ask him for a hug. So I had to come up with a question quick. I read earlier today that you, in an interview, said that Tilda Swinton ought to be the next Doctor. I just want to ask why. I mean, I think she's brilliant as well, but...
Because I said, I impetuously said, but I meant it when I said it. But in some context, I was in a kind of an argument with people that were saying, no, it'll never happen, shouldn't happen, And anyway, who's out there that could do it? And I just said, Tilda Swinton, like, get out of that one. This is like, she's perfect. I mean, she may never do it, obviously. They may never offer it to her. But I can't, but it's only when you begin to think of it, you picture it, it's perfect. She's perfect.
She knows the theatrical bird version of Bowie.
She's Bowie.
Yeah.
She's like Bowie in The Man Who Fell to Earth. She's a perfect alien. She's a great actress. And she's dead on. I mean, she's dead on. Come on. He comes from a planet which is half female, like every other planet in the universe. So there are female Time Lords, but why? I think they're missing the trick. Why haven't they? Well, until now, why haven't they given the role to a female? We've had a female master. Its time will come. I think it's now that they should. And then it's only me,
I think it might get some people agreeing with you here.
I just think it's high time. It might just give it that shot in the arm, that it needs. It would be exciting. And if Tilda did it, it would be proper exciting. Can anyone think of anyone else? Yeah, that's a good, yeah. Who? Definitely. Who? Olivia Colman. Haley Atwell. Yeah, Idris Elba, dressed as a woman. Yeah, that's an image now you're going to find difficult to dispel for the rest of the day. Tom Hiddleston. No, he's too famous. I don't know who that is. No, that's a gap in my knowledge. Yes. Yeah.
Geraldine McEwen.
Geraldine McEwen. You mean old Geraldine
Yes.
McEwen?
Yes, as herself.
The late, great Geraldine McEwen.
Yes.
Yeah. I suppose you could. You could CGI anyone now. Yeah. No. It's gonna happen. Hello. Approach the microphone.
Hello.
Oh, you sound great on a microphone.
I just have to say, first off, you're my favorite doctor. Like, you're amazing. I've seen the movie so much time. It's like kids.
Oh, that's nice, thank you. I paid him to say it.
My question is, one of the doctor's favorite snacks is jelly babies. Do you also like jelly babies?
Yeah. Is that your cue to get a bag of them out of your pocket?
Oh, we got some right here.
Let me have one now. I'm so credulous. I'm one of those, I'm suggestible.
There you go.
I'm one of those children. The minute you say something, I've got to have it.
What is your favorite color, jelly baby?
Which one did I just have? No, sort of darkish one, a blue one, a black one, is it? I don't know. Well, there's red and green and gold. It was a green, it's a green one.
Alright, thank you.
Was that it? Sorry, the question?
Yeah.
That was deep, man. That was deep. You went to bed quiet.
Oh, yeah.
What's it all about?
Celery.
Oh, it's a celery.
Homemade. I know we talked about ceremony of innocence earlier. I know that there's probably a lot of people who don't know anything about it, and I thought maybe you could speak about it a little bit, like how you got involved in it, and what it's about, and what it's
Ceremony of Innocence was, what year was it again? I need someone to remind me.
95?
90.
Mid-90s.
We're so old. It was, Ceremony of Innocence was from a, it's not even a graphic novel, is it? You
was-
describe it, because you own it, right?
It
You do the
was-
talk.
yes, yes.
I'm going to jelly baby.
It's the original book series was from Nick Van Talken. It's kind of an art book series that's a sequence of letters and communications between a couple of people who cannot meet and a third party who gets involved. So that's what it was based on.
No.
But how did you get
Did you,
involved?
did you ever own the book? Have you?
Oh yes, I have them,
With the
and I
letters in
have
it?
the first three, and I have the
Yeah.
next three that they did, and I have everything else he did because I fell in love with his artwork.
But it's perfectly at the period because it was the first kind of interactive thing that you could buy, and at that point, with computers you could join in and sort of slightly drive or direct the story yourself. I just remember it mostly from working in the city of Bath in England. Peter Gabriel, the singer, built a studio called Real World Studios with the proceeds from this masterpiece album from 1986 called So. And it's regarded as the best studio in England. And that's where we made it. I was thrilled to make it there, to sneak in. Because it was Real World that made it. And also weirdly, because it's only 3 actors in it. One is Ben Kingsley. The other one is Isabella Rossellini. Right. Now I never met them, right? But it's the starriest bill I think I was ever on, without ever meeting them. And in a way, it's almost in the spirit of the story. We're in this tale, but we'll never actually see each other. I just thought it was a beautiful thing to work on. And when you produced it yesterday, I was really surprised to see it because I thought it had disappeared. Can you still get it?
I don't think you can. I mean,
'Cause
you can't play it anymore.
You couldn't play it anyway.
I
The
can't play it. I
formats have
had
changed.
to rip the audio out of it and listen to it like it's
Oh,
an
yeah,
audio
so-
play now. but that is
Probably
absolutely
within
all right.
the speed that the formats moved and computers moved 20 years ago, it was probably obsolete within 3 or 4 years anyway. I mean, that, you couldn't.
I was able to play it for probably 6 or 7 years.
Right.
Then everything changed and you couldn't make it run.
Having worked as a performer over 20, 30 years and started in the analog age and gone through to, to digital things, you know. You know, I own laser discs, for example. Yeah, but I own a laser disc was with me on the night. So, and you know, stuff you can't play anymore. And they're
These things you can't play.
yeah, things you can't play. But it's been an amazing 20 years for that. And you know, even now, and if anything, you know, exponentially, the things are going quicker. You know, the wall is getting steeper. And stuff now that we're used to playing on, storing stuff on, of course, probably 10 years from now will be obsolete. It'll be quicker still, you know. But no, that's been interesting. And to keep these kind of relics, and that's one of them. I've got a pristine copy of that somewhere in a box.
Well, let's see if you can figure out how to play.
Yeah. But anyway, nice to hear.
Thank
about
you
it.
very much. I've been waiting 30 years to meet you, so thank you
I
very much.
hope it was
for coming.
worth it.
Yes. More than
They say you should
that.
never meet your heroes. Sometimes, you know, people come to the table and stuff, and you can just see they look at you and go, "Oh, is that it?" After all that time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, there's 10 minutes left in this panel, so.
Okay, make it count.
So my question would be, did Sylvester or any of the doctors before you give you any advice on how to play the doctor, and were you able to give the doctors after you any advice? And if you didn't, what would you have advised them?
McCoy was there when we went to Vancouver, of course, because we had, you know, we shot a celebration. And luckily, McCoy was also a friend of mine. We'd known each other for a few years. And he was great, you know. And he was able to sort of talk me in, talk me down, because it was nerve-wracking. I mean, if you play the doctor, it is nervy because you're stepping into someone else's shoes. Someone else has done it before you, so it's got that added pressure to it. But McCoy was lovely, and he was sweet. I was really glad that he was there, not just to save my life with his spoons, and I just remember him saying, you know, yeah, it's gonna feel weird, and you're gonna feel. He said I felt the same. You know, almost happy as it sounds, but he had to say it. You know, it was just you've got to find your own way of doing it because we're shooting a pilot as well, and pilots in a way are quite distinct in what's required. In a sense, you have to name check everything. Excuse me. You know, or introduce all the new characters, whatever it is. But with Doctor Who, you know, there were 7 or 8 iconic things that we, in the hour and a half, that we had to do, and so it was kind of. Anyway, but McCoy, he was a rock, and weirdly, my agent, who came over to see the first week of the shoot, you know, check the 5-star hotel, gold taps, or whatever it is they do, was Janet Fielding. Now, Janet was Tegan, but we'd never had the conversation. Because there was no Doctor Who, so she was just my agent. We'd never had the conversation. So she was there for the first few days, and then we had the conversation. And the first night we shot, or one of the first night we shot, and they were all night shoots, you know, in Vancouver. Again, it was like midnight, and we were doing some street scenes, kids hanging around, there's people like looking at what we're doing, and there was a young lad, could only have been 20, 21, and we got chatting to him.